This is a Blend Extra. Today, a wake-up call for all parents. Drugs and alcohol have always been a concern, but did you know that about 1 out of every 5 teens have used prescription drugs to get high? It's a scary and growing trend.
That's right. Dr. John Duffy is here to shed light on this problem. He's a clinical psychologist, certified life coach, parenting expert, and author. He wrote this book called The Available Parent. Thanks for being here, Doctor.
Thanks for having me.
This is a scary trend that's happening, and it's not something that's isolated to certain groups of teens. This is all over the place.
It is.
Molly's kind of educated us in something she heard about from her teens, and it's called Skittle parties. What are they?
Yep. Skittle parties are where groups of kids get together and they have amassed prescription drugs from different places, their own prescriptions, their parents' prescriptions, sometimes online. You know, they manage to gain prescriptions online. Terrifying prospect. They come together, they literally put all of these pills in a bowl, and everybody takes a pill.
Oh. And they're colorful. That's why they call them Skittle parties,
Exactly right. Exactly
some
right.
Some green, some yellow, a little orange.
And as the night goes on, it might be 2 or 3 pills. And, you know, so you have these different kids in different states. They're not very good at taking care of one another. They have no idea what the impact or the effects are. And there's this little bit of an invincibility complex. Like, this isn't really going to harm me. This is just fun. And I've heard a couple of real disaster stories, ER visits, as a result of these Skittle parties. No surprise.
Yeah, we had a dad on our show who lost a daughter because she had half of a pill and I think 1 drink, and the toxicology reports backed it up. It was half a pill, it was an oxycodone, and 1 drink, and it killed her.
Well, you don't know, we don't know at our ages, but at 14, 15, 16, you don't know what the interaction effects are. Even if you know, I'm taking something for ADD or I'm taking something for anxiety, and that I think I understand the impact. If you have a drink on top of it, or if you're already taking medication, you don't know what that's going to do to your body. So you're wildly misinformed, and you're at risk as a result of that. It's really scary.
Well, and it's scary that they're getting them in their own homes from their own prescriptions. Why do they think it's safe to do this? And, you know, I think about when we were younger, and I've said this to you before, but, you know, a lot of kids didn't have prescription drugs unless you were sick or you had a cold or, you know, something like that. Now there's so many prescriptions for young kids. Is it that they're so used to being thrown drugs at them that they think they're all safe?
You know, Tiffany, I suspect that there's some real truth to that, that they're immune to the idea of taking pills, because an awful lot of kids take an awful lot of pills now. Well, you know, at a party, a couple more, how much difference is it going to make? You know, so that scares me a lot. And I think the wild misinformation is also troubling.
And that a doctor prescribed it. What can parents do?
So the best thing, the thing parents shouldn't do is ignore it. Let's start with that. So you want to start a dialogue. You don't need to lecture, a dialogue. Tell me about the culture of drug use at your school. These Skittle parties I heard about on TV this morning. Is this happening at your school? How are kids getting drugs? Why are kids taking drugs? When are they? Your friends, what are they doing? What are you thinking about doing? And just, you might not get perfect information, but you'll get something from your kids that you can work with and build on in an ongoing discussion. That's what parents can do more than anything else. Don't ignore it.
Well, I think so many people are afraid to even mention it. Oh, what's a Skittle party? And if their kids don't know, then they're telling them. And I think more important is keeping that open dialogue for teens.
Yeah, and don't be afraid of that power of suggestion. You know, there's no research to back up that if you bring up Skittle parties, your kid's going to think, oh, I'm throwing one of those tonight. Just doesn't happen.
We ran out of time. I know you also say it's okay sometimes to invade a child's privacy to find out. You can go to this website for more.